Now let's take a look at example 4.1. A car travels with a uniform velocity of 80 kilometers per hour for 30 seconds. Sketch the velocity versus time graph for the motion and hence determine the displacement of the car during the 30 seconds. Now, in all kinematics problems, we will solve them in SI units. In this example, the car has a uniform velocity of 80 km per hour. You notice that this is a non-SI unit for velocity. So we have to convert 80 km per hour to meter per second. Now let me share with you a systematic way whereby we can learn how to actually convert one unit to another. So first and foremost, just write down the units of interest that you want to do the conversion. In this example, it is to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. Choose the unit that has a larger quantity. Obviously, it is in the kilometer and the hour form. So just write 1 over there and ask yourself, for this equation to be balanced or equal, 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters, and 1 hour is equals to 60 times 60 seconds. So with this relationship or this equation being established, all you need to do is to substitute the unit in the original form that you want to convert, which is substitute the kilometer per hour is actually equals to 1000 over 60 times 60 meter per second. So as an illustration, 80 km per hour is actually equals to 80 times the relationship that you have just established. And by punching in your calculator, you can easily get the new quantity in the new unit. So with the units being converted, let's move on to solve this problem. Now, the first task is to sketch the velocity time graph. Obviously, velocity time graph has velocity as the y-axis and time along the x-axis. Looking at the problem statement, we understood that at time t equals to 0, the car is traveling at 22.9 meter per second for a period of 30 seconds. So the velocity time profile of this vehicle will be a horizontal line across. Next, determine the displacement of the car during this 30 seconds of travel. Obviously, we learned from our lecture that the displacement of the vehicle or any body in motion will be the area under the graph of a VT graph. So looking at this example, we know that the area under this graph or the VT graph is the displacement of the body. And obviously, it is a rectangle with length 30 and a width 22 to n over 9. So just multiply these two units together and we'll get the answer.